Hi, in this short video, I want to show you how you install, activate, and set up the Updraft Plus plugin so you can start taking backups of your website. So the first thing you want to do when you're on your WordPress dashboard is that you want to navigate to plugins and then add new, and then search for Updraft Plus. And it is this plugin that you want installed. So you click on Install Now and then activate. And when you install it, you're going to get prompted to walk through the setting wizard. And if that's something that you want to do, you just press here to start, and it will take you to this page and it will walk you through everything. I am not going to do that because I always like to start with the settings first before I back up the site. So I'm going to close this and then instead go to settings. And in Updraft Plus, you have the option of choosing how often you want to have your site backed up, and the frequency really depends on how big your site is and how many changes you tend to do. Now for me, I normally do at least one blog post per week, so I like to set it up on a weekly basis. But if you are blogging so that you post maybe once every day or several times per week, then maybe you want to do it more frequent. And similarly, if you only post a blog once a month and in between there you don't do any changes, then monthly might be the one that you want to go for. So for me, I'm going to choose weekly. And then these, I just leave them as they are. Then the next setup is to choose where you want the backup to be stored. And you have several different options here. You can upgrade to Updraft Plus Vault and store it within their cloud, or you can choose Dropbox, Amazon, Microsoft OneDrive, etc. You can even get it through an email. The one I choose is Google Drive, and I actually have a separate Google Drive for my backups only. Don't know if that is needed, but it's something that I did because it just makes it feel secure to have my backups completely separate from the rest of my stuff. So I'm going to click on Google Drive. Then when you scroll down, you can sign in with Google. And once you've logged into the Google account and you've allowed them to access it, then you're going to get this page. And here you need to complete the setup by clicking on this button here. And then that will take you back to the dashboard. And here you have a message saying success. You have authenticated your Google Drive account and the name of that account. So what you want to do now is to go back into settings. And then for some reason, you have to start over again. So let's do it again. So I do weekly here, do Google Drive again, and here it says you appear to have already authenticated. So we don't need to do that again. And therefore, I'm just going to scroll down. And I actually don't change anything on these settings. I just keep them as they are. And here where it says email, you have the option of getting an email when the backup has been done. And I always select that because that way I know I get an email every time that the backup has been done. And so I can look out for it on a weekly basis instead of having to log into WordPress. And then when you're done, you hit save changes, and now it has saved your settings. So now we want to do our very first backup. So we go back into backup and restore and hit backup now. And you're going to get a pop-up where it asks you to include your database in the backup, include your files in the backup, and send this backup to remote storage, which is what we want to do. And I always leave this one unchecked. What we do is click on backup now. And this one takes a little while before it's done. So I'm going to pause the video and come back when it's finished. And now the backup is done and I can see it in my Google Drive. And that's how you do it. That's how you install Updraft Plus and how you set it up for a weekly backup, and also how you make your very first backup. Hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.